There is just too much downward pressure across crypto right now, including ADA, and we are succumbing to that downward pressure and have been for the past week and a half now. It's pretty clear to see that we started a downtrend back toward the end of December with a high, a high, a low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's the classic definition of a downtrend, and it is perfectly reflected by this trending line downwards. And that is just a reflection of the downward pressure we're seeing across crypto. Just in case you think you're lonely with ADA, you're not. Doge, downtrend. VET, downtrend. Solana, downtrend. Everywhere you look, we've got downtrend after downtrend, and that's caused by Bitcoin. It really is just caused by Bitcoin. Look at what Bitcoin has done after we had the approvals of the ETFs back in January, early part of January. We spiked at 49,000, and it's been almost a consistent downward decline since then, hitting a low of around 38,000 and a half. When Bitcoin was sitting right around this level and was at the bottom of this upward channel that it had been in for about a month, I was saying that I thought we would hit 40,000, and then we would have to see how the market reacted around that level to figure out what was going to happen next. We almost hit 40,000 here, a small bounce, and then absolutely fell through the level. And we've actually got a nice bounce on Bitcoin. I was been doing videos throughout the day, and we were down around 38,500 earlier today, and now we're back up around 39,750 or so forth. How does that affect Cardano? Well, that price below 40,000 just broke us down to this level. Okay, so now we're sitting right around 0.46, 0.47. We entered this range, which I have clearly marked and which we've talked about over the last few videos with ADA, that this range right here was at risk for us entering. This is the 0.4 to 0.46 range. The good thing about that is that's a pretty decent range. I don't think we'll absolutely fall through it. I don't think we'll do that kind of like we did here. I expect some kind of relief and bounce across crypto here over the next few days. I just don't see us crashing down to 40 that quickly. Now, we could over time, but I do kind of expect something like this on Bitcoin. We might get out of 40 and then range up around this area before we do eventually break back down. Do I think we're going to enter this 34 to 38,000 level? I think it's definitely possible. I think it is definitely a risk you have to be aware of. It just is such a healthy chart if we do on Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is, look at this rise we've been in since November of 22. For us to make these higher highs, and then blast off from October to December like we did in Bitcoin and crypto altogether. When you zoom out, if you were to see price in this level right here, and it should base and spend a few weeks or a month or so there, that would not be unnatural for it to set up nicely for 50,000 plus move. I mean, it looks healthy for it to kind of bounce around here, eventually work its way down, rebase, reset, and then take off. If that happens, that would be a healthy move for Bitcoin. And that would be a healthy move for the other coins as well. Now, I do think that would pull us back down into this area and might even get down to this area right here of 0.35. If we get below 0.35 in Cardano in 2024, we have to have a different discussion about what's happening with crypto. Because if we do that, I would not consider that healthy if we get back below that, because that would just open up the lows back in October, and that would not be a good thing. So anything above 35 is still healthy. Anything above 4.40 is really fantastic. We don't want to see it fall, but it would still be a nice consolidation range. So we're already at risk for entering this level right here, kind of restate. This level, don't really want to get there, but could. Anything below 0.35, different discussion on the expectations for 2024. Because in 2024, I'm still hoping for expect might be too strong, but hoping for a nice push above these highs across all of crypto and moving higher than we have been in years. The first step to us moving upward in ADA is to break this trend line. Until we break this trend line, do not be fooled by anything like this. Don't be fooled and think the run is over, the downward pressure is over. We quite possibly could go back and hit this upper level of resistance, 0.52 or thereabouts, and bounce off this trend line. Until we get out above the trend line and above this level of resistance around 0.55 and stay there for a while, a couple of days at least, we have to start making higher highs and higher lows. That's the point. We spent all this time creating this downward structure. We're going to have to rebase and then start spending some time to create some upward structure, some bullish structure. That will not start. There will be no evidence of that until we get above this trend line. So that's what we have to watch for. Back to Bitcoin, I did make the statement on another video. It seemed to make it clear. I don't know what Bitcoin is going to do exactly over the next few days or weeks, but well, let me put it this way. I don't see how it's going to move. Like, I can't predict how it's going to move. We might get a bounce here. We could continue falling. I don't think we will, but just like we have to have some bounce as we go up, as we go down, we will tend to get a bounce. And so we might bounce up above 40,000 and range a little bit. But my point is, I think we'll see 35,000 in Bitcoin before we see 45,000. Okay, 45,000 would be rebasing us for some higher highs. It'd be a nice place to be, to aim for 50,000, but I don't think we're there. I really don't think we're there. I think we've got to give more up. I think, like I said, we'll hit 35,000 in Bitcoin before 45,000. I just think that's what's going to happen. And that's going to pull Cardano down to this 0.40 level at least, and maybe even here. And then we'll have to see what happens. But, you know, we just got to watch. We can't argue with reality, okay? We can't be sitting here saying Cardano's going to moon 10 times by next week, okay? We can't be Cardano at $10 by the end of March. We can't do things like that. That's how people lose money. That's how I've lost money in the crypto game, listening to people like that. I'm not trying to be negative, Nelly. I own ADA and want ADA to go up. I'd love ADA to be $10, but we're not close, and we're not moving that direction right now. We clearly have a downward bias, and we just have to watch that together. All right, that's my update on ADA. I will keep you updated in further videos. Be sure to check back, subscribe if you'd like, and be safe out there. Be careful with your trading.